Now at 6, turkey season is a bust in Kansas this year. Will it take off again in 2024? Plus, Missouri American Water hosts a safety fair for utility workers, and some local school kids get hands-on experience with glass art.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A former prosecutor in Northeast Oklahoma is going to prison for seeking sexual favors in exchange for help with court cases. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. The defendant in this case is former Ottawa County, Oklahoma Assistant District Attorney Danielle Giraldi of Joplin. He had pleaded guilty last year after providing drugs and legal actions that benefited defendants in exchange for sex. A judge today sentenced Giraldi to 2.5 years in prison and 3 years supervised probation after he's released. Under terms of his plea agreement, Giraldi will relinquish his Oklahoma bar license and agree to never hold any public office in the state. U.S. Attorney Clint Johnson says, quote, "As a public servant to the people of Ottawa County, Daniel Giraldi disgraced the office of Assistant District Attorney. He had a duty to act with integrity and competence. Instead, he violated the law and the trust placed in him by the district attorney," end quote. Another kind of damp and cloudy day out there. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we did have some scattered showers across the region, mainly during the morning hours, but this afternoon it's mainly just been cloudy. Temperatures have been great. Look at this, Joplin 76, 74 in Pittsburgh. And the roads are dry at this point in time, but we are going to get some more showers in here, especially later on tonight. We have one batch lifting to the north near Kansas City. Second batch building near Oklahoma City and Point South, but outside right now there's not a whole bunch going on. A couple little slight sprinkles once you get out toward Independence, but this band is going to extend off toward the north and to the east as we go through the evening hours. So if you are getting out this evening, mainly dry, mild, windy, eventually down to about 64, and those rain chances will start to increase. Rainy start on Thursday, rain sticks around this weekend. Much colder temperatures work in, plus we're looking at our first freeze. We're going to talk about it all here in just a bit.
See you soon. Hunters in Kansas are unable to bag turkeys this fall due to declining populations. Regulations have also become more strict for the 2024 spring turkey season. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has more.
We're hoping that, we get some better nesting conditions, and those populations will bounce back so we can go back to bird limit and fall turkey season.
For hunters in Kansas hoping to bring home the bacon, that is turkey bacon, this fall, it was a no-go. According to land manager David Jenkins, the population of turkeys in the state have declined over 15 years. And for hens looking to nest, the conditions are less than favorable.
In the very southeast corner, we get oftentimes well over 40 inches of rain. And so during those nesting periods in late May and June, a lot of times those little poults just don't survive the rainfall.
Along with the suspension of the fall season, spring 2024 turkey season comes with changes as well. For residents, the bag limit has been reduced down to only one bird. For non-residents wanting to hunt, they will have to enter a lottery draw.
I think the public's in favor of it. Our hunters, just knowing the local hunting community, a lot of the guys that are traditional turkey hunters have not bought a tag last few years just because they realize that turkey numbers are low.
Reporting in Crawford County, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Now, for non-resident hunters looking to apply for spring turkey draw, the application period will be from early January to February 9th. The Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks also says it doesn't know when it's going to have another fall turkey season. The Southeast Kansas Humane Society is under quarantine because of a parvo outbreak. The organization says it's received a large increase of sick and abandoned dogs from the Southeast Kansas area in the past few weeks, including one dog now fighting for her life. The shelter has decided to quarantine its facility until November 6th. During this time, the shelter will not adopt out from their facility or take in animals. The organization says it's going to concentrate on treating sick dogs and monitoring the shelter's health. Missouri American Water hosted a safety fair today at Downstream Casino and Resort. The event was open to utility area construction and utility workers, industry leaders, civic leaders, and community stakeholders. The event provided opportunities to explore the latest tools and equipment designed to make the construction and utility industries safer.
This is important to educate our workers on the new technology, the new different things on safety, and the hazards that they could see, that they do see, and how to deal with them.
One of the goals for Missouri American Water is to make sure its employees return home safely. Fort Scott Chamber of Commerce today hosted a community luncheon panelist called Community Connection. Members of the community were invited to the event at the Empress Events Center to hear information from the City of Fort Scott, Bourbon County, Fort Scott Community College, USD 234 and 235, and Bourbon County Ready. Each panelist gave a 7-minute update ending with time for questions. The idea is to keep information flowing.
Call for greater communication and transparency across the board, and so we felt like the chamber was in a position to really kind of bring all the organizations and entities together and provide a brief update that people could run to on their lunch hour and feel like they left with some concise information.
That event was free to attend. People there did have to register. A couple of dozen sixth graders got to participate in a unique art experience at Art Forms Gallery today. Sixth graders from Jamie McMillan's art class at CHCS got to cut and arrange glass pieces into holiday ornaments, which were fused in a glass kiln. Kristen Gerard, a jewelry artist, also escorted some of the students on a guided tour of public art displays in Pittsburgh.
I hope they learn a little bit about the science of glass, how to cut glass safely, and maybe in the future they might want to take a stained glass class as young adults, or even pursue something in the fusing world.
Art Forms Gallery is at 620 North Broadway in Pittsburgh. Coming up, local high schoolers pick up steam in football season as it heads to the postseason now. John has a preview coming up in sports. Plus, some would say everything Taylor Swift touches turns into gold. Well, we're going to tell you about one Joplin business owner that a Joplin business is seeing a sales surge in one of their bracelets after star Taylor Swift wore the item. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has that story.
We know some of you might be tired of hearing about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship. But this time, the 12-time Grammy Award winner is indirectly supporting a Joplin business. The bracelet she wore when she watched the Chiefs beat the Chargers at the Arrowhead Stadium was made in Joplin. Now the retail store is entering its Taylor Swift era.
The business has just really taken off. We have sold way more singles than we ever could imagine.
More than 1,000% more in sales of that bracelet, to be more specific, according to the business owner. The personalized piece had Travis Kelce's jersey number, 87, on it. Owner Misha Wilson says that they're friends with Patrick Mahomes' mom, Randy, and that's how Taylor ended up with a Joplin-made bracelet.
She asked if we wanted to gift anything to Taylor. We just made it up, sent it to her, and made a little arm stack. She only had one on, so we're hoping maybe she'll wear another one.
As Kansas City Chiefs fans, Aramesh owners are living their wildest dreams and getting to know their Taylor version.
It's crazy. We just wake up and pinch ourselves every day.
In Joplin, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Now, this isn't the first time Swift has impacted the sales of a Chiefs item. The windbreaker the pop star was sporting in her first appearance at a Chiefs game sold out about 30 minutes after it was released. A little bit later, the Colgan Panthers look to keep their win streak alive as they set their sights on a championship title. John's going to have the latest on sports.
Plus, we've had the mild temperatures, but our first freeze right around the corner. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, another mild and windy day for us today, but we did get some scattered showers during the morning hours, mainly just clouds all afternoon, and that's what we have out there right now. This is one of our new tower cams. This is downtown Joplin, that right on top of the Cornell complex. A nice shot of downtown. You can see the roads are dry right now, but our chances for showers will start to pop back up, especially after midnight tonight. But if you're getting out this evening, temps stay into the 70s. A random shower or two, but most of you will end up staying dry. Look at this, 74 Monette, 76 at Grand Lake. Fort Scott, 74. Independence is sitting at 75 degrees. Now, it has been breezy. We've had these southerly winds at about 10 to 20 miles per hour really throughout the day, but we've had gusts at times, 25 upwards to 30. It's going to stay breezy tonight. It'll stay breezy once again as we go through the daytime hours for us tomorrow. Let's go outside. We have the clouds. You can see a couple spotty little sprinkles picking up a little bit once you get out in our far southwestern counties, Montgomery County, Washington County, but most of us are dry. One little shower just to the south of Veneta. This will start to increase. Here's our next batch that will head toward us, especially after midnight for us tonight. So here's our next wave. This will affect us late tonight into tomorrow. But check this out, another wave right behind it, and that wave is really going to change our conditions up as we head toward the weekend. One, it means more rain. Look at the rain trying to push back in. We're looking at Saturday evening. Look at the snow across Nebraska all the way down through central Kansas. We continue with rain Saturday night into Sunday. Notice the temperatures. We're in the 30s to 40s. Once this rolls out by Monday, we do get sunshine, but a hard freeze. Overnight lows, upper 20s by Monday morning. Look at this, Monday afternoon, we stick into the 40s, and we'll even move to Halloween. We're going to be dry, but high temps only into the upper 40s by next Tuesday. So big changes down the road, and we still have some showers in the forecast late tonight into tomorrow. Let's go to 10 p.m. Light showers starting to press in. We'll have periods of light showers, especially after midnight, right along the state line of Kansas and Oklahoma. Now, by tomorrow morning, it flares up a little bit. We get a batch of rain that pushes through. Most of this is gone by the afternoon. High temps, mainly into the mid-70s, very similar to what we have seen today. But here come the changes. Once we go into Friday, strong cold front slides in by the noon hour, a couple little showers with it. We're in the 70s, but look at our temperatures tumble. We drop into the 50s by the time we get into Friday evening. All right, rainfall amounts over the next 24 hours, not heavy. A lot of areas, 1/4 of an inch. There may be some areas that pick up a 1/2 inch across the region, but still fairly light. 74 tomorrow, 74 on Friday. Tumbling temperatures, high of only 58 on Saturday. High of only 44 on Sunday, down to 28 by Monday morning.
A lot of fireplaces are going to be used for the first time this weekend.
Yeah, kicking on and all.
You bet. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, Cogan Volleyball prepares for a trip to the state tournament. And high school football playoffs begin tomorrow in southeast Kansas. John Dales has those stories and a lot more.
Colgan High School Volleyball won its sub-state tournament to advance on to state last year, the year before that, and the year before that. And the Panthers have done it again in 2023 after winning all but one set on Saturday. The Panthers are the 7 seed in the 2A state tournament. They're on the practice court again this afternoon, prepping for the weekend ahead, focusing specifically on defense, hitting and double blocking, among other things today. And even for seniors heading to state a 4th year in a row, this group is playing with a different level of confidence right now.
This year, we've really cohesively played throughout the season. We've really gelled together, and instead of kind of focusing on 1 or 2 hitters, we're really good at mixing it up, and everyone, I know if the ball goes to anyone, we're going to get a kill, and it's going to go good.
We're playing with a lot of confidence right now. We trust each other really well, which makes it a lot of fun. We know anytime the ball goes over, we're going to get a pass. Our setter's going to be there, and no matter where the hit goes, we'll get it down, so that's fun.
The Panthers are just one of 3 of our local southeast Kansas schools heading to the volleyball state tournament. They're headed to Dodge City for the 2A tournament in Class 3A. That's over in Hutchinson. Neodesha enters as the 2 seed. Riverton is the 7. The Rams also making their 4th consecutive trip to state. Pool play starts on Friday at both sites. It's the first week of high school football playoffs in SEK as well. Things get started with several teams playing tomorrow night on Thursday. Riverton opens the 2A playoffs as the 1 seed. Rams are at home at 6 tomorrow against West Franklin. Caney Valley also at home at the same time against Council Grove. Humboldt plays Cherryville at home as well. The Cubs are coming off a 7-1 regular season. Elsewhere in 1A, Colgan is a 1 seed, undefeated regular season for the Panthers. They begin the playoffs against Pleasanton at home tomorrow. KOAM sports team will be out at several of these games, then again across the area on Friday night, and you can catch all the highlights from round 1 of the playoffs on our 30-minute Friday night football show. That's Press Box, that airs on Friday nights at 11 on Fox 14. Over in the NFL, the Chiefs are on the road at Denver this weekend. A couple weeks ago, Kansas City took down its AFC West rivals for the 16th consecutive time, but the Chiefs are still preparing to get their best shot.
Even though it just happened a couple weeks ago, we know the battle that we had with them, and they're a good football team. They're coming off a big win against Green Bay, and where they played well, and we've got to make sure that we get our work done these next few days here before we head up there.
So if you were following along at home on your Andy Reid press conference bingo card, you can cross off, mention that the other team is really good. He does say that about Denver. They are 2-5.
He does always say that, but he doesn't want to insult another team, and he doesn't want his team to become complacent, I imagine.
Definitely not.
And eventually this winning streak over the Broncos will end.
We'll see when.
Whenever it happens, it's going to be a surprise probably for both teams. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to take a look at how chronic wasting disease is affecting the fall deer hunt in Missouri. Plus, how some businesses in Caney, Kansas are dealing with the ongoing water shortage there. And a new RSV vaccine for infants is in short supply, what the CDC is now telling doctors. Those stories, a lot more, of course, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Well, a toddler driving a pink convertible in central Oklahoma was pulled over by police this week. That's what local authorities say. You can see it for yourself. Footage shows the toddler in a mini car appearing to be brushing her teeth while simultaneously driving in front of a flashing Okarche police vehicle. 2-year-old Rose Fern was exceeding the speed limit on Kansas Avenue. What was the speed limit, like 1? I don't think she would have been exceeding that anyway. It was in her pink convertible when Officer Manis noticed the mini lawbreaker and took immediate action, of course. Police added that they were sure her cuteness had something to do with it.
She probably didn't have a license plate.
Yeah. Don't think she had an open bottle with her, though, so that was one thing in her favor, at least.
It's true, at least she's multitasking.
That was impressive.
Brushing her teeth.
Brushing your teeth while driving?
Yes, yes.
It's like my mom putting on makeup in the car when I was a kid. All right, weather-wise, a few more showers rolling back in late tonight into tomorrow morning, but still mild, 74.
Final sports note.
We're going to have more from Colgan Volleyball as they prepare for the state tournament tonight at 10.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.